Let's place a bet. Naki is skipping through the story. Not bad. Creme brulee, chocolate, hot chocolate. Emery. $4. Yes, guys! Oh my gosh, Gaius! True. Really, it's in your hands, dude. Let you take care of it. Take care of your daughter for us, alright? I think if you didn't complete the weapon quest, you wouldn't see this dialogue at all. Please take care of Ellie. An unknown item. Make your way there as soon as you're ready. Is it true? Yes, please. Thank you very much.
By the 12.
Holy shit! Oh my gosh! I recognize some of these people.
Glad you could join us. I hope you don't mind, but we went ahead and started without you.
As you can imagine,
I recognize some people.
Were eager to become acquainted. Tis a rare thing indeed to see such a diverse and talented group of individuals assembled for a single purpose. We fight not only for the sake of Eorzea, but for the entire world, including the people of Garlemald.
Oh my god.
Much rides on the efforts of the Ilzabard contingent.
Indeed, which is why I am glad to find myself in the company of many trusted comrades, yourselves included.
Must be weird going home, huh?
Lucia.
I have come at the behest of Lord Emmerich, who has honored me with the role of Ishgard's representative. For the good of all nations, not least my former homeland, I am determined to see this mission through to its end. We have a hard road ahead of us, but walk it we shall, together.
I love that the Black
We
Mage
too
Guild
welcome
is
this
there.
opportunity to work together once more. I have faith that if there is a way to resolve this conflict, we will find it.
Allow me to introduce you to the rest of our company. Everyone! If I may have your attention.
Everyone. Holy shit.
Might I ask you to speak first?
If I must. I am Arun Senna, spokesman for the Gridanian delegation, here on behalf of my esteemed sister, the Elder Seedseer. We shall provide support and protection to those in need during our time in Garlemald. To that end, I am joined by healers selected by the Conjurers Guild, with the Order of the Twin Adder's Finest serving as our escort. Of course, with an experienced white mage such as yourself accompanying us as well, those requiring more involved treatment will be in safe hands.
This is so good. I've kept
Right,
oh my
sends
god.
regards, by the way.
Thank you. Tell her I say hi.
Suppose I'd better say my piece.
Is it Kurt?
Wait, I know you.
The name's Sicard, in case you've forgotten. Truth be told, I'd rather you had forgotten. Anyway, the Admiral asked Captain Hillfear to send his best, and for whatever reason, he picked me. Of course, if I'd refused, I'd be the laughing stock of the bloody executioners, and my reputation's taken enough of a keyhauling as it is. But more importantly, like any pirate worth his salt, I know when you're staring down a storm, you gotta trust in the commander of your ship. So if the Admiral wants us to go to Garlemald, not for plunder and glory, but a promise of peace in our time, then that's what we'll do. Since we all know how much the Empire loves its steel, we thought we'd bring along a few smiths to make the most of it. Give them a pile of scrap and they'll cobble together anything you fancy. Of course, just like the Gridanians, we got fighters of our own. We might have come with a more constructive purpose.
Yay.
But we're more than capable of cracking skulls, believe you me.
The Black Mage Club.
Well, you're
Enemies.
certainly raring to go. Then again, so are we. The most dependable warriors of Uldar and Alamigo have assembled at the Sultana and General Aldin's behest. If Garlemald has truly fallen, then the whole place is likely to be crawling with Telofero. We'll need plenty of troops to clear and hold a path for others
This
to
is
follow.
almost everyone.
That's where we come in. Naturally, Marshal Tarapin and I will be leading from the front.
It's been some time since I last saw you in your element on the battlefield.
From what I've heard, you've become pretty fearsome yourself. Master Matoya, the Avatar of Destruction. With comrades like these, I know we'll
And
succeed
toss
no
to
matter
the
what
Avatar
it
of
is.
Destruction.
And then we might finally get a chance to enjoy a good long rest. But until then, let's give it our all.
Dude. The Dragoon.
As for Ishgard, we Temple Knights have come in force to uphold our nation's commitment to the peace and welfare of our allies.
Dragooner Machinist.
Bitter cold of Garlemald is a formidable enemy in of itself. Our experience fighting in ice and snow will prove invaluable in the days ahead. Accordingly, I have been designated commander of the Ilzabad contingent. I will do all in my power to provide you with the leadership and guidance you require.
I love this. I love this so much.
The four high houses, House Hylinard foremost among them, have arranged for a host of machinists to join us on our mission.
Yeah.
Their knowledge of Imperial Magitech is sure to be a great boon. They will address any problems of a technical nature together with the smiths of Limpsa Lomitsa. There is another awaiting introduction.
Yeah.
Lord Emanolain!
Ah, yes. Emanolain de Forton, at your service.
My family.
Though, lest there be any misunderstanding, I should stress that I've not become a fearsome warrior while you were away. Rather, far from it, actually. My brother, in his infinite wisdom, decided this would be an excellent chance to make something of myself. Oh, and fight for world peace and all that. But, should the opportunity arise for a spot of ballroom dancing, I will be your twinkle-toed gentleman of light.
He hasn't changed one bit.
Huzzah! I cannot wait to regale Honoroa with my tales of daring do.
I believe that concludes introductions for the Grand Company of Eorzea.
What about the Eastern
Our
Alliance?
allies from the Eastern Alliance were due to arrive some time ago, but it would appear they have been delayed.
Would that be the Shinobi of Dome?
Actually, they've been tasked with relaying messages back and forth between the various Eastern nations. According to Lord Hien, however, an equally
Are we gonna
capable
see Sadu?
company of warriors has been sent in their stead.
Out of my way!
Yes, I do. Oh my gosh! Even the boss, yeah, guys.
Forgive us for coming late. We are the delegates of the Eastern Alliance.
Cyrena, and you've brought company.
Bosnia and the Marakami people.
For battle and blood we come, as a step is sorely lacking in both. No towers befoul our lands, so we marched on those of Doma, only to find them beyond our reach. But now our thirst for slaughter will be slaked. No quarter to the enemy!
Sadu Hatun, no. We go to make peace with the Iron Men, not war.
Warriors of the Steppe, we've heard many tales of your bravery. We welcome you as allies. And these other ones you have brought are...
The Mescan and Bosnia folks.
Members of the Dalmascan resistance group, Lente's Tears.
I'm so glad he's a bigger role now.
And the Bosnian resistance. Between them, they have a wealth of experience in espionage, and are particularly adept at infiltrating Imperial facilities. Which is fortuitous, since Garlemald's domain is so vast that I could never hope to handle reconnaissance duties all by myself.
I'm so glad I did all the content.
Bosnia, Alamigo. All lands which have suffered the tyranny of the Empire. I would never presume to question your motives. Nevertheless, I must reiterate that our goal is to aid the victims of the Telophorol, the common folk of Garlemald. And they are victims, make no mistake. Though I understand that many may struggle to see them as such.
You're more right than you know. For every one of us that answered the call, there were a dozen that refused. Not only in Alamigo, but everywhere we went. And who could blame them? The Empire's always been the enemy. But after seeing what we've seen, fighting and working against and with Garleans, there's no denying the simple truth. They're just people, no different from you or I. They've got their share of liars and murderers, but so do we. So do we all. Fordola, who once swore herself to Garlemald, has proven herself a trusted ally time and time again. Every Eorzean here knows Cid Garland, the Imperial defector who shared with us countless technological wonders. Gaius bloody Baelsar himself is working to help rebuild Wurlid, a nation he once conquered. So you can believe me when I say that every fighter here understands and accepts that the Imperials are not monsters and are deserving of help. Or at least that they were able to put aside their feelings for the greater good.
I'm worried, guys.
But we're all determined to make this world a better place.
As happy as I am to see everyone again, I'm also worried for the prospect of
What lingering concerns I may have had were clearly unwarranted. I agree with everything you said wholeheartedly.
I'm worried the fact that this is just level
We are in
82.
accord. Now, let us review our strategy. To reach the Garlean capital in northern Ilsabard, we must cross the central mountain range. Fortunately, Garlemald Ironworks can provide aerial transport, sparing us this most treacherous part of our journey. However, attempting to fly any closer to Garlemald would attract the attention of the Telophoroi. As they appear to have seized control of the majority of the Imperial military, we must assume that includes its fleet. In addition, Garlemald possesses devices that can interfere with airship navigational systems, further discouraging an airborne approach.
Given the circumstances, the closest we dare deploy our contingent is an area between the range and the capital, the Magna Glaciers. From there, we must travel the rest of the way on foot. We will also need to bring the airships with us to ensure we can withdraw with haste. Although much of the terrain will be blanketed in snow, we should be able to make use of local roads and shipping facilities. The vast ice field will afford us an unobstructed view of the surrounding area. On the other hand, it will also allow others to easily spot us. So, it is imperative that we only make camp in positions where we can easily defend ourselves. And the airships, which must be kept safe at all costs.
We cannot account for every possibility, so we must be prepared to think on our feet. We will be tested. Sorely tested, I expect. But for our homes and for our people, and a people not our own but in need, we will succeed. Spare no effort in your preparations. Once we depart, there is no turning back.
Alright. Oh no. Tataru! Let's see your new drip, Tataru. Thank you, Tataru. All in the name of fashion. Cause a certain someone who shall remain nameless isn't in position to transport your souls into another world. So that's what the mystery gift was. Yosh. Thank you. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna accept this quest. Actually, no, you know what? Let's go and do some glams. Load, damn you! Oh dear. Okay. After all this time, we're finally going to Garlemald. Never really thought that we would be going there.
Ilsabard, divided in twain by a vast mountain range. Those who would traverse its jagged peaks face peril at every step. But why go by foot when one can simply fly?
That explains why a lot of the Garlemalds would rather fly, you know.
On the outskirts of the Imperial capital,
Haha,
in the
Sadu
frozen
is-
wastes of the
that's nice loading.
Magnaglacius. The winds howl in icy protest, as if to warn against further trespass.
Oh my gosh, look at Graha. He is wearing the rebel coat. And he's wearing the same.
We've received word from Thancred's reconnaissance party. They've sighted a detachment of heavily armed Imperials.
Survivors of the Civil War, perhaps.
Perhaps, but there is more to it than that. Maxima reports that they are led by Virgilia, legatus of the 3rd Legion, which comprises the bulk of their number.
She has a
However,
freaking
they are also
halberd.
joined by several members of the 1st.
From what I recall, the 3rd Legion fought for Nerva in the War of Succession following Varus's death.
She has
The
a
1st, on the other hand,
halberd.
were under the direct command of the Emperor and rejected Nerva's claim to the throne. These legions were enemies.
Indeed. In fact, our sources claim that it was a conflict between them that sparked the Civil War. Yet now, these former foes cooperate to defend a ruined Garlemald from invasion.
Then it is all but certain they have been tempered.
So, what's the plan? If me and my crew is out reaving, we charge straight in, no messing about. But that ain't what we're here for.
Quite right. Soldiers or no, they are people of Garlemald, the very ones we have come to aid. Direct confrontation is
Whoops.
How so? Savage beatings, disarmament, and imprisonment? Not impossible, but easier said than done in the heat of battle.
Having observed the opposition, I imagine Thancred had something to suggest?
He did. He and the other scouts have already infiltrated a supply depot some distance beyond the Imperial detachment's current position. Stored within is a stockpile of Magitech armaments, and once we give the signal, Thancred's team will destroy them all. In so doing, we will deprive frontline troops of materiel, and likely force the detachment to send men to investigate.
Divide and conquer. Not a bad idea.
Once the scouts have finished their preparations, we will split into two groups. The first will form the vanguard, while the other brings up the rear with our supplies.
You still lying for the wardrobe change.
As for the Scions, I ask that you lend your assistance where you deem it needed most. I would prefer, however, that you accompany the rearguard and be prepared to join the van at a moment's notice. Kept in reserve as our trump card, so to speak.
Oh my god, thank God. It's everyone's winter drips are so good.
Your proposal was well received.
Some good.
They asked that we destroy the Imperial's toys in as spectacular a fashion as possible.
I could have sworn that Viera is
Scholar always did have a flair for the dramatic. She's not an easy woman to please, but I shall do my best to satisfy her thirst for fireworks. All right. Once more.
Yeah, those are the blades.
Our first objective will be to rig the enemy's Magitech with explosives. After we've withdrawn to a safe distance, we'll detonate them remotely. Our second will be to issue a deactivation command to the automated units via the control terminal. If our calculations are correct, this signal should reach those deployed on the front line, giving our friends a much-needed upper hand. The blizzard will help us stay hidden, so let's aim to get in and out before it passes. Trust in the plan, and we should all live to see tomorrow.
Yeah, these guys are the blades.
In the meantime, I will relay messages back and forth as the situation unfolds. You'll forgive me if I ask again, but are you certain you wish to play the lone wolf?
Wouldn't have it any other way. Call it foolish and reckless if you like, but I'll get the job done. I always do.
Very well. I wish you the best of luck.
Are we gonna play as Thancred first? Right.
Keep your wits about you.
It's time. We only have one shot at this, so let's make it count.
What is this? Oh yeah, that's the bomb. I have another hour to do this, so doesn't really matter to me. Huh? How did this? Not gonna question it.
This is Thancred. The explosives are in place.
Very good. All is proceeding as planned. Head to the control tower. It should be to the northwest.
Understood. Have the others wait at the rendezvous point. Damn, spotted.
I was supposed to know that that guy was coming in. By that guy, I meant the Uchi type.
Hells.
Oh damn.
Damn, spotted.
Shit. I'm bad at sneaking missions, okay?
Damn, spotted.
Okay. %68 isn't that bad.
You are returned, and none the worse for wear, to my considerable relief.
What news from our comrades?
They stand at the ready.
Excellent. Then let the fireworks begin.
The blizzard's beginning to clear. The Vanguard should be engaging the Imperials any moment now, if they haven't already. Ishtola and the others are with them, so I'm sure they'll be all right, but...
Uh-oh.
Wait! Something's coming!
Oi, oi! Looks like we ain't the only ones who sent out scouts. Keep them away from the carriages! We lose those, and we're as good as dead!
Fighters! Protect the others!
Keep the carriages safe.
What impeccable timing! Fear not, friends! The savior of Ishgard is here!
A fine display, but the other carriages are still in danger. Go on ahead. We'll hold the line.
Graha.
We're the only ones still struggling. Time we put our backs into it then. I've been itching for a good scrap.
don't care. I'm the one who's also protecting them.
You lot all right back there?
I don't care. It was me who protected.
We're fine and ready for more. Hear that? Let's get to the front. Turn the tide.
Hit the Vanguard, alright. Dun, 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 dun. Casting sleep.
Removed from the field was not a euphemism for enthusiastically murder.
It's nothing that won't heal in time. The trouble is, their tempering has made them utterly fearless. Subduing them would be easier if they had the capacity to submit in the first place.
True.
Well, this is the path our young charges would have us walk, and that we all agreed to follow. You knew it would be hard, yet still you pledged your lance, did you not?
That I did.
Come on, Mac-9.
That's Vigilia. Damn it. I need to help the others take her down.
Focus, Lise.
There's no end to them.
I'm here.
I was wondering when you'd turn up. There's no stopping us now. Come on, let's show them what we're made of.
Love how Pippin is Dark Knight. Put it off, Mac-9.
Right! Let them have it!
Oh my god, Pippin.
Raising ball!
Good shit.
fall behind!
Holy shit, she is super durable.
Is everyone all right?
Kneel or die! Tremble before the sun!
I love how I just noticed this shot, Irianji and Estinian in the background right over there.
adversary.
What?
Rest, recover, reclaim yourself. Then we will fight again, to the death.
Sadu Hatun!
Magnai cucked again.
That was the last of them. Day is ours, thanks to your timely arrival. What of the supply caravan?
You're fine.
Outmaneuvered, but not outmatched. Good. Let us take the Imperials into custody and rejoin our comrades. And soon we shall arrive at the capital.
So cold and unforgiving. Thus spoke Emperor Solus as he gazed upon his barren domain.
You mean yourself?
"800 years it had been since the Garleans first set foot here. Bested by the Kavosi, after centuries of war and driven from fertile southern pastures into the blasted northern wastes. In that garden of desolation, they clung to one another for warmth, freezing, hungry, desperate, hated. The chosen forsaken.
After all this time, we hated on the Guardians. They are better off than us, but they're not living in the best conditions.
In the year 1513 of the 6th Astral Era, a young legatus named Solus single-handedly sparked the Magitech Revolution. How did he conceive the machina that feed on ceruleum? Once a common, soft-spoken soldier, how had he so quickly ascended through the ranks?
How indeed, says you.
Like so many others, those who knew the truth are gone. Taking in the capital with his eyes for the first time, I recall thinking to myself, far colder on the earth than in the heavens. Yes, far colder indeed, bitterly so.
Oh, Emmett.
Not so much as a whisper.
The roads leading beyond the city walls would have been used less in recent years. Nevertheless, this was one of the most important gateways into the capital.
A buzz day and night with activity, aye. Merchants passing through the checkpoint, many of them stopping at the local hostelries.
Surely they cannot all have been tempered.
We can consider the question after we have made camp. If we spend any longer outside, we may well freeze to death where we stand. The tempered Imperials, too.
This will be our temporary base of operations. Secure shelter for ourselves and the injured, and dispatch scouts to survey the surrounding area.
If we're planning on staying here a while, we ought to give this place a proper name.
Well, the constant sound of ice cracking underfoot makes me think of broken glass. An apt name, perhaps. But enough of this. To work, everyone!
The broken glass? Okay. Right, here we are. I'm gonna BRB to pee again, because I cannot hold my pee. is awake. Northeast of camp, alright, I guess. Well, okay. Guess someone already done their eater rights. I can tell that the cat has entered the room. Kitty cat.
Our present situation is as follows. Efforts to aid the people of Garlemald have begun in earnest. Moreover, having entered into the capital, the Imperial Palace is within our reach.
But before we proceed further, we must learn what has befallen this city, for therein lies the key to understanding and combating the Telophoroid's designs.
I have a suggestion, if I may. Several of the Imperial soldiers we captured on the Magna Glaciers are members of the Populares and acquaintances of mine. Once we have cured them of their tempering, they should be able to give a reliable account of the events leading to the capital's downfall.
promising idea. I will assist the healers in their ministrations. Of course, I will require a proxy of my own, assuming you can spell.
Would you like a hand?
No, I am sure we will manage. Better that you take my place in the field. The noxious ether of this place disagrees with me, and as I shall need to draw on my own for the treatment, 'twill be prudent for me to remain within the camp.
This talk of curing the tempered is all well and good, but I reckon the cold is a more pressing concern. All the houses round here are fitted with cerulean heaters that can keep us warm and toasty. Problem is, the machines seem to have given up the ghost, and if we keep sitting around, freezing our asses off, we'll be next. My smiths reckon with the right parts, they can have them working again, but it won't be easy.
Understood. The machinist will assist them in the repairs.
The rest of us should either stand watch or survey the area.
We've made our presence known to the Telofror. They will be searching for us, if they have not already ascertained our position. That we have seen no sign of them since the battle suggests they have yet to do so. However, I suspect they may be biding their time.
Or perhaps we are beneath their notice.
So nice to see these of us.
In any event, we'll find no answers standing around here. Urianger, Estinian and myself have visited Garlemald recently, so we'll lead the reconnaissance efforts. Perhaps bolstered by a few Bosnian and Dalmatian scouts from my previous excursion for good measure.
Don't forget about us Alamegans. We have experienced scouts of our own.
Well now, this is turning out to be a rather sizable team. With such numbers, we should be able to cover a wide area with relative ease, including that surrounding the Imperial Palace. How about you, Graha? I have a feeling we'll find a use or two for that vanishing spell of yours.
Twould be my honor to be of service, though I doubt that you of all people need rely on my tricks.
That leaves us with guard duty.
As a matter of fact, I have something else in mind for the two of you and Alphino. Between here and the center of the capital lies the Eblan Rhine. I would have you search the area for survivors. Your keen sense of direction, honed in your extensive travels, should prove useful in navigating the ice fields.
Ice fields? I love ice fields. Oh wait, no I don't. Extensive travels is something of an understatement though.
This too is a vital task, and I appreciate your willingness to see it done. Rest assured that a serving of hot soup will be waiting for you. You all have your duties. Let us make haste. May the Fury bless and keep you.
Oh, my TV. Dude. Sneaking mission. What? She can see me? Oh god. Oh god! Well, we did it. Whee! Victor's Warriors. Ah! Interesting. I don't like it when certain characters get ellipses. It's kind of suspicious. Curious, isn't it? Now, ain't that a curious thing? Why would you keep someone away? someone secret help. Is it because they're tempered? Yeah. Sounds suspicious. Uh-oh. Protect them from us. Stupid idiots. Protect them from us. Uh-oh. Fresh blood is not what I want to see. Southeastwards. Oh no. God damn it.
Blood trail. We found one. They were attacked. No. Why wouldn't they? Safer to brave the wilds than trust in our magic. We should have... I should have... We can't leave them like this. We have to take them home.
What if we're only making it worse?
Maybe we don't belong here, but neither do they. Not out here in the wind and the cold. I heard the story about Varus's voice from beyond the grave. Of course, I didn't believe it, but Licinia and her sister did. Perhaps there's something to the tale after all. I want to understand, so I'm going to borrow this for a while, if that's all right. You had every reason not to trust us. We came as trespassers, invaders. But I pray that in time, we will be more than that to you. That we will find a way to help your loved ones. And see that no more children are left to freeze alone in the snow.
Thank you for your report. We shall inform the troops of these developments, and instruct them to proceed with the utmost caution should they encounter any survivors.
Allow me to go and speak with the ones at the victor's spoils. They may be more willing to listen to a fellow Garlean and accept our offer of assistance.
I pray you are right. And though I am loath to burden you any further, should there be an appropriate occasion to speak of Licinia and her sister, please do so.
I am sorry to have put you through this.
My distress is nothing compared to their suffering. So tell me, what else have we learned?
As you may have already heard, we have succeeded in curing the members of the Popularis, Maxima identified. They have provided us with some intriguing insights into the current state of Garlemald. The assassination of Emperor Varus was the catalyst for the civil war. Nerva declared his claim to the throne, and his opponents refused to recognize it. Fighting broke out in the capital, where Nerva's Third Legion clashed with the First, who remained loyal to Varus even after his death.
Of course, even Imperial warmongers would balk at the idea of turning their shining city into a battleground. like burning down the wood to spite the wasps. Neither side would be so mad. Unless something or someone inflamed their animosity to such an extent that they could not help but act against their better judgment.
It brings to mind events at the Gimlet Dark, does it not? The Emperor's sudden withdrawal from the front line, specifically. Nerva and his father, Titus, Varus's then political rival, took advantage of rumors that Crown Prince Xenos had been possessed by a demon.
Elidibus, what better way to disparage your enemies than with the truth, or a close enough approximation?
Indeed. But before their accusations could be substantiated, many of Titus's followers were silenced. While some were merely stripped of their status, others died under curious circumstances. One after another, suddenly and suspiciously.
Again, Elidibus. Like as not, he had a hand in it. No evidence was found to implicate Varus, certainly. Nevertheless, Titus, Nerva, and the Third Legion would have judged it a brazen attempt by the Emperor to rid himself of his political enemies. And then, in the midst of this growing turmoil, Varus Sosgalvus is murdered. And Garlemald's own prodigal son, Gaius van Belsar, is named the murderer. Shortly thereafter, Nerva claims the right of succession, and in response, the First Legion claims the assassination was part of a coup d'etat orchestrated by Titus and Nerva.
So no one is at fault, and everyone else is to blame.
I should add that both parties received substantial financial backing, presumably to provide them with the means and encouragement to pursue a swift victory. And that these contributions came from the self-same benefactor.
I'd heard House Brutus had been filling the Third Legion's coffers, but the First as well.
It would seem so. Though the Populares determined that the First Legion received funds from a variety of organizations, all had connections to House Brutus.
So Fandaniel, in the guise of Asahi, was playing both sides against each other the entire time.
The information we gained from my friends does not end there. One night, shortly after fighting broke out, the capital was shaken by an immense tremor. From that point onward, they have no memories, no recollection of any events, including our clash on the Magna Glaciers. But when asked about the Imperial Palace and its bizarre transformation, they somehow recall Emperor Varus giving them orders in their dreams. May the Tower of Babel stand as testament to the glory of Garlemald.
Babel.
This sounds awfully familiar.
We have something to show you.
Varus spoke to them through this radio. Perhaps it was a recording, but if not, that would be inexplicable.
We are of one mind, then.
The ether that permeates the ore used in this device is almost identical to that of the talismans.
I see it. While it is likely more by coincidence than design, these devices might also ward against a primal's influence. A picture is beginning to form. If the tremor felt throughout Garlemald was a wave of ether emitted by a primal, then while those within range would have been tempered, those huddled around a radio desperate for news concerning the Civil War would have been spared.
Oh no.
No wonder Licinia kept it close.
My friends, I must speak with you. A young man was caught trying to steal our supplies. He is a soldier of the Iron Men, we think, but one who has not been made thrall. Thankfully, Magni restrained him before blood was spilled. The stranger is outside, if you wish to ask him questions.
I think we do.
Who do we have here?
Garleans? Traitors to your homeland! Have you no shame?
I am Lucia Junius, a Temple Knight of Ishgard. And you are?
Julius Pier Norbanus. And that's all you invaders will get from me.
We are not here to invade Garlemald. Far from it. Like you, our allies in Eorzea and the Far East fight in defense of their lives and their loved ones even as we speak. But it is the people of Garlemald who have suffered most. This we know. And that is why we have come to offer you our aid, that we may unite against our common foe. Whether you believe me or not, those are the facts. Now, answer me this. Why would a proud soldier of the Empire be reduced to stealing? The situation must be dire indeed for you to go to such lengths. If it is supplies you seek, we would gladly share ours, or turn a blind eye while you leave with your spoils.
I will not negotiate. My commander will determine how to deal with you and yours. If you wish to treat with him, I will take you, but no more than 3.
I don't much like the sound of that. But if we do accept his proposal, I suggest the 2 of us and...
Exma.
Please allow me and Alize to act as envoys.
May I ask why?
We have seen with our own eyes the hardships the Garleans face. How their futures and lives hang in the balance.
It's not the warmest invitation, but it's an opportunity to prove our intentions true. Maybe not a chance to make things right, but a chance to make them better.
I can see that persuading you otherwise is a lost cause, but you will proceed with the utmost care.
I'm not gonna let them go down by themselves.
Couple of children, what? A sellsword? Is this an insult?
Not in the least. You will find that they are more than qualified to speak on our behalf.
Sometimes you forget that the twins are actually
There
children.
are many dangers on the road ahead. I will need that back.
Man. The situation in Garlemald is so dire, and I have no words for it. It's just... I really love that. Man, the thing about snow and dark is it kind of makes you feel like this place is desolate, kind of hopeless as well. Not everything needs to be vibrant colors. So this is pretty much right. Sure is. Sure isn't, I mean. The first stop? Oh god. Fair. Richard Warren. Heading northeast. The time is up there. Oh no. The absolute audacity of that guy. Before we hit over there, oh god. Oh dear. I mean, it would make sense that they hold a refuge underground. But this is also FN15, it hurts! Locomotive, the rapid speed transport, and yep, I freaking knew it. It's yeah, this is the FF14 equivalent of the train graveyard. Come on, guys. The Etherite's not responding. Oh dear. Have you? Maybe? Come on.
These are their chosen representatives.
I'm gonna assume it's Titus.
Very well. Let us hear what they have to say.
Yes, sir.
This is the guy from the launch trailer.
I present to you our commander, Lord Quintus Van Kina, Legatus of the First Legion. The First? I had no idea you had survived.
We lost our emperor, our city, more than half our troops. For my wounds, I may never take the field again. But we survived, aye. In a manner much to your liking, I dare say.
We have no intention of adding to your misfortunes, nor do we bear you any ill will.
Spare me. Though you children may speak in earnest, overtures of peace ever ring hollow in my ears. So long as man stands to profit from his neighbor's suffering, war is inevitable. Driven from our ancestral homeland into this blasted waste. Yet still you yearned to rob us of our paltry scraps. 'Twas only with Magitech that you learned to keep your distance. Though we knew it was only a matter of time before you regrouped and returned.
Man, you guys are super out of touch, man.
Conquest and empire were our only defenses. Emperors Solus and Varus understood this, and through their campaigns saw us grow and prosper. Much blood has been spilled in Garlemald's name, aye. But if it is a choice between yours and mine, then it is hardly a choice at all.
I do not deny that a great many conflicts throughout history were driven by the desire or necessity to gain by another's loss. That is not why we are here. Nor have we come to petition your aid in the war with the Telophoroi, grave though that threat may be. Our purpose is simply this. We wish to help you. Let us help you. If there is aught that can be done to ease your plight, we would be glad to do it.
Perhaps you would.
You can trust us.
But regardless of the ideals you espouse, your leaders would not send an army into Garlemald if they did not stand to benefit. If we accept their aid, they will expect their efforts to be rewarded once the Telophoroi are no longer a threat. But after compensation and concessions, the great empire would be brought to heel. Her enemies rejoice at her downfall. Our third eye, a mark of shame.
We won't stand idly by and let your people be humiliated. And we're not alone in that. We only want to make a difference, to make this world of ours better. Surely you can understand that. What I'm trying to say is, there are so many people who just don't care about making you suffer. And maybe that's almost insulting after all the suffering you feel the world has subjected your people to, but believe it or not, that's the truth. And now we're here, and all we're asking is for you to tell us what you want, what you hope for.
So much blood has been shed, so much lost. All because of this endless war. Who wouldn't want to end it? Can we not work together to face our problems as one?
Answer me this, young peacemakers. If a world without conflict is your desire, why reject the unity and prosperity of Garlemald? Is it because we do not share your faith? That we do not share your heritage?
You guys are the ones who want the
ideals
insight.
and virtues differ. That we cherish and hold in the highest that which you do not.
You guys want to kill the primals.
Disparity is the root of discord, and peace built on compromise is flawed and fleeting. Happiness for one and all is a dream, and the reality is that to the victor go the spoils.
To be fair, you guys,
That is why we Garleans will never submit nor surrender. For freedom and for pride, we will remain true to ourselves until the bitter end. That is my hope. It seems there is nothing more to say on the matter.
You're just like their father.
You will remain here while I decide what is to be done with you. Do not be alarmed. No harm will come to you if you cooperate.
We will not resist. However, as your guests, I ask that we be allowed to speak with the other members of your group.
As you wish. I had no intention of locking you up, as by dawn you would be frozen stiff and you're no good to me dead. You are free to move about the encampment, but there is one condition. Collar them.
What?
What are these?
Don't tell me they're shock collars.
Incentive. You'll be watched at all times. Stray too far, or
Fucking
act
damn it, they are
suspiciously,
shock collars.
and we will administer a rather painful shock. Stop! Keep away from that one. The champion of Eorzea is not so easily cowed.
Uh-oh.
Even if she allowed herself to be collared, the shock would be no more than an itch. No. If she refuses to obey, we will activate the twins' restraints instead.
You needn't worry about us.
We'll forget we're even wearing them soon enough.
Even now, you still... Why go to such lengths? What is it all for?
Oh.
You are a curious one. A far cry from the merciless barbarian others paint you to be. You will be their warden. Take them away.
Yes, sir.
You just never forget him. He truly is the inspiration to us. Oh, Siobhan. How many times must you make me cry today, Siobhan? Uh-oh. Huh. Really? You do know that Praetorium's destruction is not because of us, right? I've seen enough indeed. Fandango. Man, Garlemald is just pure depressing, man. It. All the magic tech right here. Most important thing when it comes to the slide, can I slide down? Dang. That's unfortunate. Can't even slide down in one of the most depressing places I've seen. that is so Final Fantasy, but well, there you go. So depressing, man. God damn it! The absolute worst time for the battery to die. God damn it! Julius, sorry. Who's gonna tell him? Oh, I guess we found it. Half full or half empty? It's all about perspective, isn't it? Something tells me Julius has a death flag, and it's kind of obvious that he has a death flag.
Finally escaped the watchful gaze of your keepers, have we? Don't react. You'll only draw attention to yourself. Just carry on as you are and listen. After you left with the Garlemald lad, Lucia bade a few of our scouts follow you at a discreet distance. We observed you being led into the station, but decided against venturing inside.
Don't.
When you emerged sometime later, and we saw that the twins were sporting Magitech collars, it was clear what had taken place.
Please don't.
Now, as quietly as you can, tell me everything. The Legatus himself, eh? Now there's a surprise. This is also the first I've heard of a plan to join forces with the 10th and storm the Tower of Babel. An interesting development, and perhaps the opportunity we've been waiting for. Our comrades back at the camp also received some rather promising news, but it's still too early to get our hopes up. For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them. With luck, this will all be over soon. Until then.
They had not gone far.
We searched high and low, but no luck, I'm afraid. I might have guessed you'd be the only one to find anything.
I wasn't expecting much to begin with. Eventually, there will be nothing left out here for us to safely salvage. For now, this will have to suffice. We should return to the station.
There you are. Heard you'd gone hunting for ceruleum above ground. Brought back a king's ransom?
Hardly. But thanks to these three, we have enough to last a little while longer.
Well, well. It's not at all as I was expecting, these ones. For savages, they seem positively docile. It's a poor attempt at humor. In all honesty, I'm grateful for your efforts. But even with another night of warmth, there are those among us who may not live to see the morrow.
Shut up. Don't think about it.
I trust your expedition was fruitful.
Lord Quintus!
Use what you procured to refuel the armor.
But, sir, what about the heaters for the camp?
The time for action is upon us. My men and I have matters to discuss. In the meantime, you are to wait here. Do not forget, you are being watched.
Hug her.
The time for action. What did he mean by that?
I can only speculate. Clearly something requiring their magitech, given what we just heard. Whether they plan to utilize it now, or after they join with the 10th, is another question. Will they ever escape this cult? Return to and reclaim the idyllic spaces of which Eunice spoke?
I cannot imagine for the other Guardians. What they thought of when they reached
Finished your
Eosia.
war, Council?
Alphino and Alizea to stay here as our prisoners. They will be released once your comrades have relinquished their supplies and withdrawn from Garlean soil.
What?
Until our terms are met, they will be detained at a separate location.
After everything we've said and done, this is how you treat us.
Our allies have but limited supplies. They may stave off cold and starvation for a short while, but what then?
For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
Get them out of here.
Hanging there, you two. Alia lecta est. Asta eu. Don't you dare. Don't you dare do what I think you guys are gonna do. Majority of this video is just gonna be pure silence thanks to a number of factors. One, there's nothing really much to talk about during this part. And two, the unfortunate part is no matter how many times I promote myself, no one's watching me. It's honestly, it's all luck.
This is my home. Our home. At least it was until that night. I was with Lord Quintus when the capital fell, and thus spared. My family, who did not own a radio, were less fortunate. When dawn came, I made my way here. My parents, my little brother and sister, they were still inside. But they weren't themselves, and they tried to.
Patricide.
I'd promised to take them away from the capital that very morning, to somewhere safe, to hide until the fighting stopped. I promised. Garlean flag bears a chain. The bonds between our countrymen.
I see.
A red link at its center. The blood of the fallen. Our loved ones who lived and died for Garlemald.
The murder of your family is
If
called
you too fell, who would be
familiar
left to
sight.
remember them and their sacrifice? What enduring proof would there be that they were ever here? If we had turned to your gods, would they have saved us? Sorry, forget I spoke. We should go.
It's no use. Believe me, I do not enjoy being here any more than you. But she wanted us to play along, so that is what we will do.
So cold.
Painfully so. Unbearably.
I've been thinking about what Quintus said. About why no one would accept Garlean rule. Irreconcilable differences. When coexistence isn't an option, only conquest remains. Varus at Gimlet said much the same. Only by uniting the world beneath a single standard would we rid ourselves of the Ascians. United as one people, one race cleansed of imperfections. A cold and unforgiving vision. And when we fail to live up to their standards, what place is there for us in their world? But the truly sad, truly frustrating thing is how damnably similar it all is to the lofty ideals of Father and the Forum.
Yeah.
Non-intervention. Always non-intervention. Protect our knowledge and our people, and to hells with the rest of you. And yet, I can see how it happened. Varus and Father looked to their elders for guidance and took their virtues as their own. But for this world was of their making. In who else could they place their trust?
Yeah.
All of us lost in a sea of chaos. Searching desperately for purpose and meaning. But it shouldn't just be an extension of another's. It has to be ours. It has to be. We all have a stake in this world. No one should be silenced.
I won't deny that we lack the experience of people such as Father or Quintus. Perhaps they've come to see the world as a series of problems, and the most efficient way of solving them, to reduce everything to fundamental forms. A stone is a stone, a cloud, a flower, no more than that. Simple descriptions that strip the subject of distinguishing characteristics. A man is a man, divided according to race, creed, or allegiance, and to some, defined by such associations.
Is that what you think?
In my misbegotten youth. But what I believed wisdom was no more than aggressive ignorance. I've since learned to look beyond the banners and the politics, To see people as individuals with their own hopes and dreams. As for my dream of building a better world, well, every day I'm reminded that it is far more complex than I had ever imagined. But it only spurs me onward, to find the wisdom and the strength to see it through to the very end.
All of our supplies and an immediate withdrawal. These are your conditions?
Demands. And you forgot about the airship. Once again, you will leave one behind. It will be used to return the prisoners. Their collars will be removed prior to the exchange.
So in the end, not even Father's expertly worded rhetoric could deter you from your chosen course.
Huh?
Not that I thought for a moment that it would. I've no love for violence, of course, but ours is a cause worth fighting for. I just wish he'd realize it too. Sometimes the only way to protect the ones you love is to take a stand, to refuse to suffer in silence. I want you to know I share your conviction. Whether it be on the battlefield or in the debating chamber, I won't back down. I guess what I'm saying is...
You've found your own reason to fight.
Yes. Yes, I have. God's willing, there will come a day when we can finally lay down our arms, and there will be peace. But not until the Telophoroi have been defeated once and for all. And you, brother, will have a vital part to play. By your words and deeds, you'll lead the way.
I pray I am up to the task.
There'll always be naysayers. Those who think us fools for even trying. It's easy for learned elites to criticize earnest efforts and assert their moral superiority, all without offering alternatives. Not that their sophistry has ever wounded you. So stubborn and strong. Stronger than you even know. Don't ever change, you hear me? If you stumble, I'll be there to catch you. Or give you a thick ear. Maybe both, for good measure.
Thank you, Alice.
That's no good.
The scouts have secured Alize and Alphino. Their collars were removed without complication as well. They report no casualties, not for their party nor the guards, who will wake from their premature slumber in due course.
It would appear the situation has changed. I propose new terms. We have information that will be of great interest to Lord Quintus, and I wish to speak with him in person.
No. In the event you rejected our first proposal, we came prepared with a second.
We, the loyal soldiers of the First Legion, proud servants of Garlemald, of the fallen Emperor Varys, shall safeguard these lands from the barbarian hordes until our countrymen return!
Stop! Both of you!
Good thing he's around.
This child may be the worst emissary I've ever seen.
We received an urgent communication from the Grand Company of Eorzea. Envoys from the Imperial Army, led by members of the 10th Legion, came to Alamigo and requested an audience. They explained that their efforts to coordinate the reclamation of the capital with the aid of the 4th, 5th, 8th, and 12th, communication between most legions has broken down entirely. Most of the 10th's conscripts have deserted, leaving their forces severely depleted. That is why, unable to continue the fight on their own, they and their allies turned to the Grand Company of Eorzea for aid.
Lies. Every word.
It is the truth, and I have not finished. The 10th has requested that we deliver a message to Lord Quintus. Have the ill stand down.
You have been listening, my lord? What are your orders?
Inform her that we will honor the 10th's decision. Bereft of hope, and now dignity. I release you from your duty. All of you. I take solace, your radiance, in the knowledge you are not here to witness our debasement. 'Twas a grand, glorious dream we shared. Of a world united, of peace and prosperity. We are ghosts, you and I, memories of days gone by. Bonds forged in blood that I will not see tarnished.
Dude.
Quickly! We have to reach the station before it's too late.
If there is still a chance that Quintus will agree to a truce, we must take it.
Whoops.
I just hope we get there before he and his men do something rash.
This is just this arc is just pure depression, man. Everything about this. My God. You know, I'm starting to understand why Yoshida said when you hit level 84 you'll be like, eh? It's already over? I kind of feel like I understand what he means. Cause we're still in Garlemald. We still haven't seen that scene in the launch trailer. So this is kinda a bit worrying. Only kinda. And a bit. God damn it. And so he chooses free. Sorry, I had to look at memes so that I don't feel any more depressed than I am right now because of this situation. Didn't mean to laugh at this. Doesn't seem right that I can do that now. Really doesn't. God damn it. Reindeer nose. Oh god, it's right here. It's right under. Why didn't I teleport down there? I wasted time. Hey, don't judge. Whoever's watching this, please do not judge me for the fact that I'm sniffing my my little thingy here. It's literally just a sock. The only thing that's, you know, protecting you guys from wind is just a sword. Triple triad! Thank you. That was a complete waste of my time. Anyway, I'm about one quest before I could fly in here. One last quest. Stop. Ishtola, please load. I beg of you, please load. Multiple cutscenes? Uh-oh. Worrying. God. You guys can beat this song. Come on. Hitori janai. Yeah. You're not alone.
Is that all of them?
The last of those who agreed to join us, yes.
We left heaters and provisions for those who wish to stay behind. They won't last forever, but hopefully they'll last long enough.
For now, I think everyone's earned a rest.
Indeed.
We'll see to those in need of medical attention, so take the others with you and get yourselves some hot soup.
Warmth. At last.
Marvelous, isn't it? All thanks to the resourceful machinists of Ishgard, I might add. On their behalf, I bid you warm yourself to your heart's content.
Hold on. Your people might have scribbled a few things on a piece of parchment, but it was our Leminson Smiths that put the bloody things together.
Well, be that as it may, we single-handedly got the interior heating up and running again, didn't we?
The hells you did! We were there every step of the way.
We? You barely raised a finger to help, you ale-sodden reprobate.
I did a damn sight more than you lily-livered bilge rat.
Take that back.
Make me.
I will not stoop to your level.
Here. At ease, man. There's nothing funny in it. I'm from Alamigo, but was a conscript until recently. Used to eat this with the officers.
Apparently, it's adapted from a steppe recipe. This is my first time trying it, and I have to say, it's not half bad.
It's a bit too flavorful for my liking.
Okay, Gridanian.
Perhaps compared to what you're used to.
It's the little things that make life worth living, don't you think?
I am not
I
crying.
know this is not a dream, and yet...
It feels like one, isn't it?
I felt the same way at the Dragon Song War's end. Every morning I would step outside and need to be reminded that it wasn't my imagination. That my world had been forever changed. And just as I had grown accustomed to the idea, again you changed my world in ways I never thought possible.
It's the little things that makes it worth it.
Were it not for you and your fellow scions, the rift between man and dragon and myriad tribes might never have been bridged. The Grand Company of Eorzea, the Ilsabard contingent. We owe it all to you.
You see, this is how they make it a good story.
We've shed many tears in recent days, of pain and sorrow, triumph and joy. I much prefer the latter.
They set him up, showing all he has gone through. And then, yeah. Let's do her, Lucia.
I'm honored to fight by your side. As an Eorzean and Garlean both, I shall do all in my power to bring my peoples together.
It is a remarkable achievement. Everything that I and the Populares had hoped for, and more.
Would that it had come sooner.
Guys, I think Endwalker may be good. I don't know.
Indeed. Too many are not here to see it. And yet, there is a warmth in my breast. As if they still share in this moment.
Yes, I know what you mean. On a night like tonight, the wind and cold seem to pass me by.
Oh no. Well, at least the talismans are working.
On behalf of the Garlemald, I thank you for inviting me today.
Oh no.
What? Emperor Varus?
They are being tempered. The talismans. Quickly!
Save me, brave hero!
God damn it!
My lord has requested your presence, and I would hate to disappoint him.
Whoa!
The experiment was a success, but I fear our time is short. I shall begin the preparations.
He just took us.
Now, it is time for you to awaken.
Huh?
Good morrow to you. Here, have a taste before it gets cold. Oh, but be sure to remove your helmet. Take a moment, too, to familiarize yourself with that borrowed flesh.
What?
So, how does it feel? I, for one, find those first moments within a new body to be most refreshing.
Is that my...
We had a Magitech engineer by the name of Aulus to thank for this method of soul extraction and implantation. I believe the two of you met briefly in Alamigo. His was a rather sticky end, wasn't it? Thankfully, he was thoughtful enough to leave behind his mind-jack technology. I took the liberty of making some improvements and selecting you as my esteemed test subject.
You are fucked up, dude. How dare you?
Come now. To us Asians, it is no different from trying on new clothes. Why not make the most of it by partaking in this fine cuisine? I must say, I have gone to great lengths to reunite you with my lord.
If you want me to reunite with your lord, you should be putting me back in my body.
When I discovered that his friend was in this neck of the woods, I suggested inviting you over for dinner. He never deigned to respond, but I took his silence as a resounding yes.
I can't believe I'm having a dinner date with, you know, Xenos. What the hell's over there?
Oh my! Daddy is pleased his grumpy little boy has finally found his playmate.
What?
Ah, exposition is in order. The Garlean Empire has long outlawed all forms of religion. No gods to worship, no risk of summoning. Brilliantly simple. But people being people, must turn to something or someone in their hour of need. Who then?
You made Varys a
Why,
primal?
His Radiance the Emperor, of course. As you have observed firsthand, Garlemald has seen better days. The legendary Solus Galvus, dead. Provinces near and far
So
in open rebellion.
the man's limb that Ishtula saw.
Emperor assassinated. And that last one even sparked a civil war. What rotten luck.
The man's limb that Ishtula saw is Varys's
People cried out for salvation.
anima.
Their earnest pleas. One might even call them prayers. A supplication
Oh my God.
united for the Empire to reclaim her former glory.
The first trial.
And so their will did manifest, channeled through the corpse of none other than Emperor Varys himself.
You guys are real fucked up.
And lo, the Savior was born, the embodiment of the Garlean spirit, their anima. It calls to its subjects, compelling them to take up arms and fight. And just as the wealth and power gravitate towards the Empire's capital, so too does ether from every corner of the globe. The towers with which you and your allies have been so preoccupied were created as an extension of anima itself. An ingenious design.
Yep. Figured as much.
Would you not agree, my lord?
Does the pursuit of prey you have bested before excite you? Of course not. Absent the challenge, the thrill, your prize is a hollow victory. Butchery. Perhaps you think that to be the extent of my promise. I have no doubt fallen in your estimation since Alamigo. Fair enough. But do not let your disdain deprive us, of an opportunity to craft an even more majestic moment of euphoria. I have been honing my craft as I set the stage for our reunion. Wheresoever there is suffering and despair, you appear to fulfill your duty as defender of this star. The chaos and destruction that my hordes have wrought are my gifts to you alone.
That's a fucked up way of thinking of gifts, man. Xenos, my dude.
At a loss for words? No matter. As you will learn, I have only just begun.
Oh, will you not finish your meal?
There is only one thing that can sate my hunger, and it would seem my friend has lost her appetite. I hoped this display of civility might prove an entertaining diversion, but clearly we are above such pretensions. While my lifeless body was in the possession of the Ascian, I too claimed another's as my own. It was an enlightening experience to fight in an unfamiliar form. Flaws and failings in my technique were plain to see.
Are you telling me to fight in this body, huh?
Whence rises one's true strength? The flesh? The soul? Perhaps you should like to discover the answer for yourself. Or together.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Oh dear! Whatever would happen if my lord were to greet your friends as you? I shudder to imagine what carnage he would wreak. We'd better hurry if we want to avert the bloodbath. You can thank me later for my generosity.
God damn it. He took my body. Oh no.
There it is. Your camp, I believe.
Oh no, 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 no.
If I were to hazard a guess, I would say that you, the other you, is making her way there as we speak. Alas, this you will have to walk from here. Or run, if you can manage it. My lord would be cross if I made it too easy.
Oh my god, you are so fucked up. You guys are so fucked up.
Such ingratitude. I'd not squander this fighting chance. After all, you've obstacles enough to overcome. Right on cue. Tempered soldiers, with standing orders to kill those not sworn to Anima. Under normal circumstances, you would make short work of them. But on this occasion, the odds are not so heavily stacked in your favor.
Oh my god, this is so fucked up. Oh my. I don't care. I'm gonna have to run past them somehow. This is fucked up, man. You can't do this.
Given your diminished capacity. Nevertheless, 'twould perhaps be prudent to keep to the shadows, scurrying about like a rodent.
Are you fucking telling me I went the fucking wrong way? I've seen fucked up things in my time, but this pretty fucked up. I'm concentrating so hard right now. I'll come back for you, I promise. If the quest allows me to. Let's go! Any more? Come on. God damn it. Oh my god. Come on. Come on, Marakami. Come on.
It is a miracle we were able to restrain the Tempered without suffering casualties.
A welcome one. Arun, Senna and the others have their hands full as it is. Thankfully there are enough scales for everyone.
And what of Euless? His symptoms were particularly severe.
They were, but others fared still worse, including some brought back from the Magna Glaciers. As those in most desperate need take priority, it may be a while before he receives treatment. But rest assured that he will. In the meantime, we must find our missing friend. May the Fury guide you.
I can only hope Ishura
Bloody
knows.
times for a disappearing act.
Right when the first wave struck, We'd be fools to think it a coincidence.
I really, really
Where
hope
even
it's
to begin the
Sherlock can
search?
tell.
No one saw her leave in the chaos, and with no trail to follow.
While I know full well she can handle herself, I worry all the same.
Ah, speak of the devil.
No, no.
Well, time to call off the search.
No, please, no, no, no. Ishtola, please.
Case closed.
That's her, over there.
Aye, 'twould appear so. Thou art struggling to perceive her presence?
I am. Perhaps, in the aftermath of the wave, there is some residual effect interfering with my faculties. But
That's not her. That's not me.
Where have you been? We've been worried sick.
Now, all's well that ends well.
Don't hurt them.
Are you all right?
Don't you dare hurt them.
Are you all right?
Who are you?
What? That's his avatar? Thank God. Enough, Xenos!
Sadly, that is all we have time for today. The effect has run its course, and back to your own bodies you must go. But where are my manners? You have all traveled so very far, and I've yet to pay my respects. Though in my defense, I was ill-prepared to receive so many uninvited guests. As such, preliminary entertainments were in order. A handful of tempered soldiers to hamper your progress. Refugees to command your attention while I siphon the ceruleum from the shadows. Particularly effective. Charitable souls that you are. You bent over backwards to aid them, heedless of the delay, predictable to a fault. And so my plan approaches completion unhindered. Anima will soon have absorbed the requisite amount of ether, and then shall come the spectacle to end all spectacles. The eldest and most powerful of primals will awaken, and all shall bear witness to the final days.
The gods themselves will be my meal. Your dear companions my dessert. Upon this world I'll feast, and death shall follow in my wake. All your hate, all your rage, you will render unto me.
For upon thy life's reel wind too many threads of fate, power, weal enmeshed with woe. More terrible still is the attrition wrought upon thy companions, as they are swept up in the storm of thine existence. Take heart and protect them well. They will be your strength and your salvation.
Thank goodness. She's awake.
Perfectly fine, yes. I hope the same can be said of you.
Everything in working order? That's a relief. Oh, and before I forget, thanks for coming to our rescue.
Given recent events, I would be surprised if you weren't feeling a bit poorly. A hearty meal and a long rest would be my recommendation under normal circumstances, but these are anything but. If Van Daniel's boasts are to be believed, we must act quickly. Once you've blown away the cobwebs, we can discuss preparations for our assault on the Tower of Babel.
That entire cutscene was a trip. I'm still not over the fact that he took over my body like that. Am I still pissed? Very. This some fucked up shit, man. Huh. And here you are, Lise, wearing your Stormblood outfit. Isn't it cold out here? Little son. I see everyone's gotten into their normal state. This is the train graveyard right here. And the destructions have begun. But since I knew everyone's in their better outfits, I may as well make a quick teleport to Devnair. No, not Devnair. No. Make a quick teleport to Shalai. Once again, I'm not sure what to expect here.
Now or never.
So this is where the music comes from. Holy crap! I figured as much. Oh dear. Oh, that's I can't tell what I was supposed to do there. It's another dude here now. I fucking love this music. The new melee ship looks so cool, man. Oh man. Treasure coffer right in front of us. Pop hollow ground. What? I pop hollow ground, dumb stupid game. Yes, it kind of is. So animals. Animals not a trial? Go away. Oh my god. Here it is. That's pretty straightforward. Oh my god. I wish I was a FF10 fanboy so I could, be happy about this. But I haven't beat FF10 yet. No, I haven't reached anymore at all. I kind of figured I needed to do that. I know how the works now. Actually, yeah, I can see a bit of Varys. He has long hair.
Farewell, Varys. May the gods have mercy on your soul. Come. The other two await.
This madness ends here!
Oh, hush. This is the best part.
Enough!
Oh, mighty Zodiac! Awaken from your slumber and descend!
Some manner of magical defense?
Cryo?
Cryo? But how?
The shackles that bind my adversary will not be so easily broken.
Heidelin! Feeble relic of a forgotten age! No more ether. And I was so close. My lord, a slight change of plans. We shall travel to the moon and break this wretched barrier ourselves.
Whatever it takes.
What was that?
The final order issued by Anima to the Tempered Thrones. Should the Empire fall, the world must share her fate.
Of course. Father lacked the conviction to give such a command. The abomination born of his flesh was but a puppet, and I the puppeteer.
You madman! You monster!
There's a funny joy in watching your flailing attempts to fight the inevitable. You're all going to die, and they're powerless to prevent it. We really must be on our way. You're welcome to give chase, provided you are content to leave comrade and tempered alike to die screaming.
I have asked too much of this child. Tend to her. The last brand at Mare Lamentorum is yet unbroken. Zodiac remains bound. I have shifted the flow of ether and sent the enemy far from their destination. Now, I shall divert it once more. An ally awaits, and I will deliver you unto him. Seek his aid. Restore the seal. Zodiac must not be set free.
The Tempered are running wild. Not only those at the tower, but those back at the camp. The others are doing their best to contain them, but the situation is growing beyond our control.
Leave them to die or give up the chase. Just like Van Daniel said.
I'm the one who sees once.
You're going alone? You have our trust and our faith. I pray we have yours. Our friends in the Tempered need our help. We will save as many as we can, I swear.
Once we have matters well in hand, we'll join you on the moon. Until then, be careful. There's no telling what you'll find.
You know, it'd be cool if the fact that they end this with the Warrior of Light speaking, because they managed to get the voice actors for each and every individual voice to say a line. And now we are going to the moon. Yay.